More of a giant collaborative music project than a traditional album, this collection of instrumental tracks mixing power metal and traditional European folk instruments helps create a soundtrack that will turn even the biggest of cucks into shining crusaders. The names and themes are heavily based on Christianity and crusading, making for a remarkable concept album and a nice alternative to those wanting a change from some of the other things certain bands sing about. These tracks are instrumental, with some choral pieces to accompany certain tracks. There's plenty of amazing guitar work, solos, and all the other good stuff to get you pumped, mixed with beautiful symphonic and orchestral pieces, evoking feelings of adventure with a bunch of instruments that I personally didn't know existed before hearing this gem. The first track, Divine Alliance, starts off with a healthy dose of brass as the metal slowly creeps in. This track invokes feelings of an adventure starting, like the titular Divine Alliance has just been formed. Twin guitars and masterful drumming make for a great metal experience, while the sounds of a symphonic orchestra help to get this album started and get this heavy metal crusade underway. After that, Durandal starts off lighter with some traditional European folk sounds and flutes, with the metal guitars backed by charming keyboard performance. The song contains many lighter sections that bring to mind images of medieval villages, whereas the guitar solos and choral backing transform this village into a mighty citadel. The fittingly named Metal Crusade is next, with power metal style riffs and techniques starting the song off nicely, before it transitions into a full-blown orchestral section as the song progresses. By this point, it's clear that Antti isn't just a one-trick pony, but is able to use these range of instruments to create variety and help build theme. Terra Sancta continues in much the same vein, mixing exotic instruments and sweeping guitars with symphonic backing. The next track amps things up, like the soundtrack to a battle for the ages. Blood of Glory ramps up the pace and includes a gratuitous amount of solos and great riffs. The album does a good job of keeping you pumped the whole way through. This song clearly has a little bit of extra oomph put into it. Followed by it is Deliverance, which doesn't hit as hard but rather feels like a recalling of the final moments of a victorious conquest. Claymore to the Face, in addition to having an amazing name, amps things back up to battle mode and combines the use of heavy guitars and folk string instruments to bring a tune that sounds like the soundtrack to a bar brawl. While it doesn't have the same epic feel that other tracks do, this one is still a straight up banger and is definitely a highlight of the album for me. It even has a synth solo for added awesomeness. Shining Fate and Defenders of the Cross both continued the tradition of switching between soundtracks to epic landscapes and adventure, and war anthems designed to get the blood pumping and the fires burning. Capping off the album, the March of the Templars and Victoria Ultima both feel individually like a climax to the album, like the final brushstroke in an oil painting. Carmino Gloria is an amazing testament to European folk music, metal, and Christianity all in one. I highly recommend giving this masterpiece a listen and experiencing the epicness firsthand. Listen to this album. Now. Do it.